Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mohammed Afzal Malik, educationist, business and management consultant. Sorry, because of the internet issue, there was interruption, and I'm starting it again. So today topic is our youth, and our youth is our future, and we all talk about that. So when our youth is our future, that means it is the responsibility of the community to develop them, to look after them, to take care of them, to support them in every aspect. Because this youth is going to take over from the elders, and they are would-be builders. Tomorrow they are going to take all the responsibilities, and they have to move forward. They have to do all that what the elders were doing. Our youth, they are exposed to latest technology. They are far better in knowledge, in understanding, in expertise, but at the same time they are facing a lot of problems and challenges. So I'm saying it based on my personal experience, because I deal with the youth on daily basis. So I know, I talk to them, I spend some time with them, I teach them, I solve their issues. So I know what are their problems, challenges, and that has forced me to talk on these issues with all of you to find out a solution, a workable solution for that. So I'm inviting the attention of elders, community leaders, educators, parents, and government functionaries at the same time. And we should again reiterate that our youth is our future. So this is not just a slogan, nor a convenient phrase used on ceremonial occasions and generally we talk about, but we have to take it very seriously, because the progress and prosperity of every society is based on the youth. The direction our youth takes today will determine where our communities, our nations, and our world will stand tomorrow. It's that important. So our youth have a lot of potential, and at the same time they face a lot of challenges. So these challenges demand our full attention, our collective wisdom, and our shared responsibility. No single institution, family, school, or government can do this work alone. This community must rise together. So we have to understand first that what are their challenges, and our youth is facing them, and we have to find solutions at the same time. Sorry. Today's young people are growing up in a world that is more complex and demanding than ever before. Even in my time when I was young, not having these kind of challenges, the life was very simple and smooth, and not having these challenges, particularly of the technology, and now we call it artificial intelligence. Now they are facing complex challenges like rapid social and technological changes, economic uncertainty and unemployment, academic pressure and competition, mental health challenges such as anxiety, depression, isolation, exposures to substance abuse, drugs, and etc., crime, violence, and harmful online influences. Because I know that when I talk to the student, I have lot of issues which I have dealt with, and still I'm dealing, that how they are involved in scam. One of the student, a female student, she told me that she lost $20,000 in a scam here in Canada, okay, here in Surrey, because there are fake websites and they promote the young people for investment. So she lost $20,000 hard-earned money, and what happened as a result of that? She went into depression, and she missed one term, and she failed in all the courses because of that depression which she passed through. And she did not share this information back home with her parents, because this kind of information, when it's shared with the parent, they don't appreciate that. So she went the whole this trauma alone by herself. And there are many examples which I have, and different aspects of there. So here I'm talking to you not just theoretically, but I'm talking to you based on my daily life experience. So our youth is, because of these pressure, they are confused, and they need full support of all of us. Many young people are in transition, because particularly the international student as a youth, they are passing through difficult experiences and the challenges, financial, emotional, pressure of their classes, the challenges at the workplace, and many employers, they are not paying them full wages and full salaries. They are not treated properly. So there are a host of issues and problems which they are facing. So when any youth is struggling for survival, so that's not only himself and herself, and if they could not make that and they failed as a result of that, so that's not a one failure of one person and one youth. I would say that is the failure of a community as a whole. So the question is why youth development is a collective responsibility. Traditionally, we have placed the responsibility of raising and guiding young people primarily on parents. The parents are responsible because they bring them to this world, and then school, education institution. So both parents and schools, while these institutions are vital and they are doing their duties, living within their resources, but that is not sufficient. But they cannot succeed in isolation. They have their own limitation and they have their own challenges, particularly when they are living abroad, away from their families and away from which we call our family traditions, where like we have a combined family system in our back home countries, but which we are lacking here. So a child does not only belong to a household but also the neighborhood. Even I remember that when in our youth time it was said that to bring up a youth, a child, it's a total responsibility of that community, of the village, of that neighborhood, which you call mahalla. That means everybody, and that is the fact, because I know that in our when I was young, so everybody was taking care of us as if we were their children. So the whole society was helping in shaping the personality of the youth, and they were looking after them in different aspects. So at that time, every interaction was mattered, and they are getting protection and guidance and encouragement, and after there was checks and balances on the youth actions as well. So everybody was trying to put them on the right track. The school, the teacher, the parents, the elder people of that community, everybody was in their support and taking care of them, which unfortunately we don't see much here in the North America, in our West. So it was, the people were believing at that time, and still it's true, that if we invest in the community, in our youth, that means we are building if we are investing in our youth, that means we are building our community and we are making our community strong. And if we are neglecting our youth, that means we are neglecting the building of our community. So now I would like to talk about the roles of parents and the schools and the teachers and the employer and the government, etc. Because it is a collective efforts. We cannot just deal that in isolation. And when we say they are our future, then we have to take a full responsibility of our youth. So number one, I will talk about what is the role of the family, of the parent. So the family still remains the foundation of youth development. Parents and guardians play a critical role by providing emotional support and stability, teaching values, their cultural values, their religious values, their ethical norms, such as respect, responsibility, and integrity, creating safe space for dialogues and guidance, meeting their basic needs, their financial needs, their educational needs, their safety and security, protection. So, but as a parents, we are not responsible for our youth only taking care of them physically, but we should also take care of them emotionally. So at the same time, the family also need support. They also cannot work in isolation. They also need financial support, they also need the neighborhood support, they also need the community support, because I told you that this job is to be done collectively. So because family have economic pressures, financial issues, financial challenges, work demands, because they have to be away from the family and from their kids to earn their wages and salaries. They are away from the home 8 to 10 hours on daily basis. The commuting time is increasing every day. A lot of traffics and distances are involved. So generally, an employee on an average, they are spending minimum 2 hours in commuting from their home to their workplace and from workplace back to home. Minimum 2 hours. And then, in this rush hours, there's a lot of tension because the kind of driving behavior we observe every day when we are on the road. So that's the driving is no more player now. Driving is full of tension, frustration, and anxiety. So by the time we reach home, we are fully exhausted. So when you are fully exhausted, when you come home, that means how you can deal with the things positively. So all these things, they really matter, and we cannot just ignore them. So parents need energy at the same time. So the community as a whole, they must empower families taking the following actions. Number one, presenting education programs, counseling and support services, safe recreational and learning space for children. Supporting family is not charity, but just helping them, making them strong, building their capacity, because we are building as a community as a whole, and parents are also part of that community, because they are also playing the role in national building and community building. So until the parents are emotionally stable and strong, financially they are strong, and even at their domestic level they are enjoying good relationship, only they can focus on the developmental side of their youth. So that means we have to create that supportive and congenial environment at our homes. As a support system, we have to develop a full support system for the families. Now the role of the school and the education institution, because our children, our youth, they are spending almost 7-8 hours in their education institution, right from morning till late hours. One of my granddaughter, she is in grade 5, so we leave home almost at 7:30, and I drop her to the school, and then I pick her back from school at 4:30, because she is involved in other activity, other extracurricular activities. So we have to encourage our children, our youth, to take part in the extracurricular activities where they can learn other skills, like she is learning robotics and some other skills. So that is also very, very important, and for that we have to support our kids, encourage them, and provide them those opportunities. So when we talk about school, the schools are not only centers of academic instructions, giving them worldly knowledge, but this is an area where character, confidence, and citizenship are shaped. Character building, personality building. Both, it should be done at home as well as in our schools or education institutions. And it used to be in our time when I was young, school going. So our school was playing this role very, very effectively. So, beyond academic excellence, the school must do the following. Number one, promote critical thinking and creativity. Now, this is very, very important now in the time which we are passing in our youth. In order to meet the future challenges, the future is information technology, data. This century is called the century of data. Digitalization, everything is going to be computerized, and AI is going to taking its place very fast already. So we have to create this skills in our youth, critical thinking and creativity, because these two skills are very important. That will take them to the further heights. Then teaching life skills, not only academic things, which I say experiential learning, that the teacher and instructor, they bring the practical experience in the school, in the classroom. So we have to teach them life skill, how to deal with the life, how to spend, how to save themselves from scams and etc. Ethics and emotional intelligence is very, very important. Then they have to identify and support struggling students earlier, because all the students are not, smart and intelligent and fast. Some of the students, they have some challenges. They are slow in learning, understanding, physically, maybe mentally. So they need more attention of the teacher, and they help them to be out of this struggle. So the school must do this with partnership with the parents as well as with the community organizations. Like we have PAC meetings so that should be done more frequently, so that they can discuss the issues and challenges of our youth and solve them properly. So our school and education institution, they must take the responsibility to prepare youth, young people, not only for exams, but for life, leadership and service. It's not only, the emphasis should not only to memorize the thing and to pass the exam. No, that is one aspect, that should be the one aspects of teaching. The other important aspect is their personality development and personality building. So teaching them the real life, creating a leadership qualities in them, and developing them and preparing them to meet the future challenges. Then role of community and civil society. I told you that in old time it was said that the whole village and community, they were taking the responsibility to develop a child. So we have to bring it back. So community shape identity, they play a very important role in that. So they can help in nurturing the youth in different aspects and giving them a confidence and help developing them their personality so that they can be confident and they can feel that they can meet the challenges which are ahead which they are going to face very soon. So when we say the community organization, that means not-for-profit organization, our faith, religious organizations, youth clubs, sport association, cultural group, etc. They all should actively play their role for the development of our future leaders. So they have to offer mentorship and role-playing, role models, uh, providing safe space for expression and talent development, so that they can they should get an opportunity where they can have an exposure of their talents, their hidden talents. They can be provided that opportunity where they can get an exposure and they can prove themselves at the same time. So necessary encouragement should be given, and we have to create that environment for them. Then engage youth in service, leadership, and civil participation. We have to teach them volunteering, so that different, even starting from home, and then volunteering at our religious places, our community organizations. We must involve them in planning and organizing the community events, even at our mosque and our church and Gurdwara Sahib and all the religious places, community centers. Yeah. So we help them to counter negative influences with positive alternatives. We have to provide them. So the society should take this responsibility. Now the role of government and policymakers is very important. That they have to keep the youth, they have to give priority to the youth, because as we all say and we accept that our youth is our future. So the government must create enabling environment where youth can strive, and they should provide some investment, remove the investment or financial inequalities in the society. They must focus on providing them quality education in our education institutions. Education, we should give them not the bookish knowledge, but we should give them the education which is needed by the business, commerce, industry tomorrow, so that they can, they should have all that necessary skills and knowledge. The moment they are graduated, then they should not face any problem or difficulty to get a proper job, and they should be very effective right from the day one on the job. And that they can only do that if at their school level we have to give them the exposure for different skills. We have to develop different skills in them, and we have to give a lot of attention towards their personality development. Then the government, they should also create opportunity for youth employment, and they should provide them to entrepreneurship opportunities. I think the government should work on that, how we can make our youth entrepreneurs, self-employed, because it's very hard for the government in these times to create job to meet the growing needs of our youth entering into the labor market. But I think the best thing is, and there are many, you see, models available in Scandinavian countries, in even many South Asian countries and South Asia forest countries, that they are focusing on micro enterprises and small scale enterprises, where they are promoting entrepreneurship. That means making the young people self-employed and providing them opportunity where they can use their initiatives and their creativity. So they must be provided the necessary mental health and other social services. So our politicians, they must play this role, and we need a political will for that. It's not a lip service. All the necessary resources must be provided out of I know there are difficulties and challenges for the government to provide funds to meet the needs of all the sector of the economy, but we have to give priority to our youth development, and we have to allocate more resources toward that, because we say they are our future, so we have to invest in our future. So we have to provide them platform where they can open their mind and where they can talk about their issues and problem, and their voice must be heard, and they must be involved in the decision making process as well. So we should not treat the youth as a problem, because the youth is a very valuable resource. Look at those countries where they are having a serious issue, that the parents, the married couple, they are not giving no attention or priority to have kids, and if they just go for only one kid or maximum two kids. So many societies, they are facing these serious issues because their population is aging, but they don't have enough youth that can take over from them, and they can maintain their economic development and economic growth. They are facing a serious issue. So youth should not be treated as a problem. That is a very valuable resource, and we must take care of them, and we have to manage it intelligently and provide them all the necessary facilities and resources, and supporting the parents for that. So the society and the government and all those agencies, they should take the responsibility towards the mental and emotional well-being of our youth. I mean, when I was young, we never had these kind of experiences, which our youth is now going through that. I observe it on daily basis. We never dreamt of that. I mean, we were never worried about it. We were only concentrating on our studies. That's it. We were not worried about our futures and our jobs, and worried about the financial health of our parents, because we were not doing part-time jobs. I never did it. I mean, even I throughout my all education, and I have not done any part-time job. I was fully concentrating on my education. But now our youth has to also earn money for themselves to meet their personal needs, their educational requirements. So they're under a lot of pressures. The pressure of their academic pressures and the financial pressures and emotional pressures, and many youth, because when we say the youth is, definition of youth is generally from 15 to 30 years, or maybe 35 years, or sometimes 40 years. Now many young people, they have attained the age of 30 plus, they don't talk, they don't want to be talked about the marriage. And if you talk to them, they get annoyed. They say that we cannot afford another partner. So if this is the situation, tomorrow the economy, they will have a serious issue that we will not have a youth anymore. If they are not going to get married and they are not going to have children, then there will be a big gap. But anything and everything cannot be done by robots, and robots cannot replace the human beings. It will never happen. Yes, robots can do a wonderful job in certain area up to certain limitation, but they will never replace the human being. That is a fact. So that means we need the human resource. We need the human resource, and in order to meet the needs of the human resource, our young people, they must get married and they must have children. Only then the economy will keep on, playing their roles and meeting the needs of their population. This is very, very important. So our youth, this is a very serious issue that they are facing mental health issues, and that needs our serious attention, because we have to help them in breaking the stigma surrounding on mental health struggles. Sometimes they don't share, they feel shy, and sometimes the parents, they would not be able to understand that. Even we have to educate our parents to deal with this mental health issues of the youth. We should educate them about the symptoms. They should understand that what would be the symptom if some young person is passing through this struggle, mental health struggle. So we have to encourage open conversations with the youth, listen to them and talk to them and show interest in them, so that we have to promote emotional literacy in our schools, at our home, and we should give the necessary training and exposure to our parents. We should also train educators as well as community members and community leaders to deal with this very serious situation, because if our youth is not mentally healthy, then who is going to take over? Who will build the community? Who will play the role as a leaders tomorrow? So we have to take these warning signs very carefully, very, very carefully, and we should not just ignore them. We should not take it very light. We should provide access to the youth for necessary counseling and support service, even sometimes to the parents as well, even to the teachers as well. So a healthy society cannot exist without mentally healthy young people, because the sick people, they are burden on a society. Okay, so we have to take it very seriously at all levels. So what we have to do, we have to empower youth as a leaders, not just beneficiaries. We have to create leaders, develop leaders, and we can only develop them if we take interest in them and stand by them in any aspects of life. So our youth is not just the leader of tomorrow. They are not only the future leader, but they are leader of today, because they are passing through that stage. So we should give them this feeling and understanding that you are also the leader of today. What we have to do in order to give them this feeling? Number one, we have to trust them, and we have to give them some responsibilities, because we don't trust them. Say you are a child, you don't know much. Okay, no, we must trust them and give them responsibility. We have to involve them in community decision making. We have to involve them in our household decision making, because our home is an organization. So we must involve them in our household decision making process. We have to encourage them for innovation and problem solving. We have to teach them how to solve their problems. Only then we have to make them confident. Then we have to create platform where their ideas can be flourish. Their creativity should get the value. The creativity can be put into action. So we have to provide them these kind of opportunity and the platforms. So when we will empower our youth, they will build the communities and they will transform them to be real leaders. So action, because the actions speak louder than the words. I'm not here to just give an intro and a kind of a motivational speech and just identifying the issues and the problem, but at the same time we must come up with the solutions, because just talking is not going to solve the issues. Talking is important. Identification of problems are important. Identification of challenges are important. Only then we can solve them. But after identification, we must have an action plan. We have to formulate strategies for action, so that whatever we say, we should implement them. So now what we have to do? So we have to move beyond speeches and intention of collective actions. Let parents recommit to presence and guidance, that they should review their role, what their role is, and they have to understand the gaps. Wherever the gaps are, they have to fulfill those gaps. They have to review their parenting, and if they don't know how to do parenting, they can take some lessons. The lessons are available. So they have to review their role again, and they have to fill those gaps if there are. So our education institutions and school, they have to expand their vision beyond academics. They have to also put more attention towards personality development. They have to teach them life skills vis-a-vis the theoretical knowledge of the things. So the community should open their doors and hearts to welcome them, to give them a good feeling, to trust them, to build their confidence, and to help them emotionally, financially, even creating jobs for them. And wherever our youth is doing the job, they should look after them properly. They should give them little more. They should encourage them. They should help them, support them, build their capacity and create confidence in them because they are our future leaders. So at the same time, our political leaders, politicians, they should also review their roles and they have to prioritize youth-centered policies, building the youth, solving their problems, preparing them to take over the future's challenges. That should be the number one priority of our politicians or our leaders. So help our youth, young people step forward with courage and purpose. They should not be in isolation. They should not be confused. They should have a very clear objectives. We have to give them a very clear roadmap so that they can start walking on them and then see that at the end of that they are going to be a light. So we have to prepare a very clear roadmap for our youth. No, the question is not, the money should not be a problem and money should not be a limiting factor. It's not a question whether we can afford it or we cannot afford that, or how much we can invest and we cannot afford to invest in our youth. Because if our youth will be mentally healthy, how much money we are going to save for health, for their treatments. Okay, even we can build them spending far less amount that we will have to spend on their health, providing them healthy environment, on their treatments and etc. So let's not make the money as a limiting factor for that, because this is an investment in our youth. This is an investment for our future, and the gain and reward and the dividend that everyone is going to reap in future. The today investment is tomorrow prosperity and return. So it's not that can we afford it or not. We must find ways that whatever we have to spend time, money, resources on the youth development, we must allocate them. We must do it. We have to do it today because they are our future and we cannot deny it. We all believe in that. So I would like to conclude it that our youth is our future, but the future does not arrive by chance. We have to make struggle. We have to take steps. All the necessary steps we have to take. It is shaped by choices, but we have to allocate the necessary resources. So the choice, what we make today, the responsibility we accept today, and the unity we demonstrate today will define the generation to come. So I will repeat it again, the choices we make today, the responsibility we accept today, and the unity we demonstrate today will define the generation to come. What kind of generation we need for our future to take over from them. Let's be the community that did not look away, that We have to realize this and accept it. We should not close our eyes. So let us develop a generation that took responsibilities. Let's be remembered as those who believed in our youth and provided through actions. So this is a time of action. So we have to talk about this with all the members at any level, politicians, our community leaders, our parents, our teachers, our instructors, our school, our colleges, our universities, employers. Everybody should take a collective responsibility to develop our future leaders. We all have to decide collectively to invest our money, resources, time in our youth, because they are our future, because they are the future leaders. Thank you so much. May Allah guide all us up, help us to move forward and do practically the things. It's not just the lip service, putting the things into action. So let's come forward and meet this challenge and build the community. Thank you. Take care. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.